we wanted to take a moment to talk about Black Lives Matter just because it's so trendy right now.
Yeah.
And the first thing that I would like to say, probably on behalf of both of us, I'm not sure exactly how Brennan feels about it, but Black lives do matter.
Yeah.
Okay. That's the first thing we need to say about it.
It seems like it doesn't even need to be said, but unfortunately it does.
Yeah. And the death of George Floyd was obviously a tragedy. That's not something that can be overstated.
Right.
So we needed to just get that out of the way.
It is
and say that we support their message before we go on to talking about the rest of it.
Yeah. And I think it's just incredibly strange, and I don't know if it's the time that we live in, just because things are communications, everybody's connected, I guess I should say. But I mean, to just watch somebody basically be murdered on TV in front of millions of people.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't imagine being that police officer. I mean, I'm not sympathizing with him by any means. He deserves everything he's getting. And I know that he was on like suicide watch and shit in prison and stuff. I mean, the whole country, if not the majority of the world, pretty much hate you right now.
Yeah.
And want you to die.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I can't imagine what that would feel like.
Yeah.
But I mean, where during this whole like 8 to 9 minutes of him having his knee on that guy's neck was he just like, it didn't cross through his mind like, oh, maybe I should like let up for one fucking second. For him. Yeah. You know, 1 second just to say, hey, you still alive down there? Anything like
that was completely unnecessary. I don't know how many of you have watched the video, but you should, because it's a little brutal.
It is.
Because I mean, we say he's got his knee on the back of his neck. He literally has his knee on the back of this guy's neck and head with almost all of his body weight on it, pressing it into the concrete.
To the hot asphalt.
It's not something that should be taken lightly. He killed that guy.
Right. Yeah, in front of everyone. And there's people there sitting there filming it saying, hey, dude, like, he can't breathe. He's telling you right now he can't. And the guy's just, like, just fucking doing his own thing. Mm-hmm. Like, it looked like it almost looked like it was done on purpose.
Yeah.
Like, the guy just had no regard. And it's like he sat there and planned to do it. Like, in what situation would that be necessary? Like, if the guy was on PCP or some fucking shit and was, like, wigging out trying to grab anything you could, like, maybe you'd have to hold him.
You or something.
Yeah, maybe you'd have to hold him down. And I don't know the full situation of what happened there, but it did not look like George Floyd was trying to be apprehensive or to be violent in any way.
No.
I mean, I don't know what happened previous to that situation, but it didn't warrant him dying.
Yeah,
you know, one way or the other.
Very, very little warrants a death on the street like that. It would have to be some sort of. I mean, even if it was a crime of passion, there's still some sort of argument to be had. That's why it would be taken to court. This guy did not deserve to have his life taken away from him like that, no matter what he did. Even if like, let's say the media would likely right now be trying to make him look like a model citizen. Even if he was not a model citizen, that's not just at all.
I mean, you shouldn't be held down by people that are supposed to be protecting and serving the public till you just fucking pass out and die in front of everyone like an animal in the street. I mean, it's just there's no excuse for it. There's no way to even make it look like it was like the silver lining of any sort. Yeah, like, there really is nothing good to it. Like, no. I hope the guy gets the worst punishment that he can get, and he just rots somewhere forever. I'm sure. Oh man, if he goes to prison, or when he goes to prison,
he's gonna be somebody's butt baby.
Yeah, he will die very soon.
Yeah. Sure. From internal hemorrhaging.
Yeah. He will get his insides poked out.
Yeah, he will. That's what it seems like, at least. God. That's hilarious. But we wanted to mention and really kind of express to you how we are on the Black Lives Matter movement side before we talk about how it's quite possible that the Black Lives Matter movement is manufactured to a degree.
Yeah, I'd have to say to a degree. There's obviously a lot of passion and a lot of people that are involved in it that are not on sort of that top tier of the whole platform, right? But I think it is very possible that whether these people are associated with Black Lives Matter or not, I think there are some people included in the protests and riots that are specifically put there
absolutely
to create mayhem.
And it makes it that big of a deal.
To make it a mockery, too, of Black Lives Matter.
Yeah.
To make it seem like, because the way the media, of course, is going to blow it out of proportion is, there's riots and people trashing stuff everywhere. And I know a lot of that did go on. But I mean, to some degree, I think it was manufactured and meant to seem like a bad thing so that it wouldn't start gaining the pull that it has now.
Yeah. And what really gets me is that these kind of injustices are not new.
Yeah.
This is not the first time something like this has happened.
Oh, absolutely.
It's been happening throughout history. It's just now that people are starting to wake up to it.
Yeah, we're all connected more.
Right. And what helps people wake up to it more is the media. The media covers this stuff. So in a way, that's what I'm saying, that it seems partly manufactured, is that it's not new, but there's this George Floyd thing with the riots and stuff like that. I don't know that kind of stuff has happened in a very long time, at least in the United States. I know it's not the first time there have been riots over civil liberties and that kind of stuff.
Right, of course. That's been happening.
Right, but it's starting to become even more of a big deal now, and a lot of me says that my gut just tells me that there's something behind that, somebody pushing the pencil in the right direction. And
yeah, I think there could be another side to it as well, is that the younger generation doesn't seem to want to put up with like racism and segregation and stuff far as much as like, you know, the couple generations above us, baby boomers and above, you know, they were kind of brought into a situation where it was normal. It would seem normal. Like even like the segregation they were probably upset with. And even if they say they weren't upset with it, if there's like a white neighborhood and like a black family moves in,
they talk about it.
Yeah, they talk about it. I mean, it would be the same, I think, the same way if there was a black neighborhood and white people moved into it.
For sure.
There's going to be conversation. You know, in all, it seems like nobody should give a shit, but unfortunately it is. But now I think that people, like I said, the younger generation are tending to realize how stupid it is and how there is no differences between anybody of any color and any race. I mean, you're going to have your differences as far as like the environment,
cultural differences, and they
right.
just so happen to sometimes coincide with the color of the skin. It doesn't necessarily mean that one shade of this one type of black or one type of brown or one type of white is going to be the exact same as any other shade of one type of black or one type of white. As far as cultural differences go, they're not all going to be the same in that regard.